the first technique that is required for purple belt is striking mace. This is for a right punch. This is your first introduction into a crescent step. It's another way to develop circular power pattern without going to a soft bow. So it's for a right punch. We're going to do it from this angle. As you step with your left foot out to about the 11 to 10:30 position, you're going to use a crossbody parry as your right hand is in chamber. Like this. Now from here, your right foot's going to draw to a cat as you slide in and out to about the 2:30 position with a forward hand strike. Now this should be one smooth move, not broken down into steps. It's slide in and out. Now the power for this is going to come because you're going to have your left shoulder pointed at your target and your right shoulder's pointed in the opposite direction. Then you're going to turn your hips in so that your right shoulder is now pointed at the target. You're going to keep your left hand in check and try to hang on to that arm if you can for later use. Okay, again, so from here, strike with a forward hand strike to the temple, followed by a side thrust kick, making sure you're getting the torque of your hips. So step, slide in and around, side thrust, kick. Okay, from this angle. So we're going to step to our left to about the 11, 10:30 position. Right hand is in chamber. We're going to slide in and behind our opponent as we throw a forward hand strike, side thrust kick to the knee as we keep our left hand in check or in contact with that arm. Again, step, slide in and behind, forward hand strike, and a side thrust kick. From a straight on position, step, slide in and around, making sure you're turning those hips to develop that power for that strike. Side thrust kick, re-chamber and down. To 10:30 or 11 o'clock as we do a cross-body parry, we're going to slide our foot in and out of cat as we pull our hand from chamber with a vertical punch. Side thrust kick to the knee. Again, slide in and out, making sure you're turning those shoulders and striking with the body, side thrust kick. Okay, now that you've seen how to do striking mace in the air, we're going to show you how to do it with opponent. So as Lee throws a right punch, we're going to come in with a cross-body block, hand in chamber, and we're going to introduce you a new step. It's called a crescent step. So we're going to come into cat, come out of cat, in behind the foot, check the hand, vertical punch to the temple, side thrust kick to the knee. Okay, again. Cat, strike, vertical punch to the temple, side thrust kick to the knee. Okay, from a different angle. Punch. Now make sure you draw it into cat, hand in chamber, and when you do this a little quicker, go ahead and throw a punch again. This will be one move, like so. But for practicing until you get used to the motion, kind of break it down a little bit to make sure you get that cat stance in there. Once you've thrown the strike, side thrust to the knee. One last time. And that's striking mace. Okay, our next technique is crossing talon. This is for a crossed arm wrist grab. So as a counter grab, we're going to bring our hand up, looking like you're looking into a mirror, step to soft bow, pivot to horse as we break. We're going to pull them in, but we're going to use a left leg reap, which means we're going to reap right between their legs, so it's just like throwing a back kick. Okay, again, so from here, up, look in the mirror, counter grab, step to soft bow, break, pull them in, rolling the hand over the tricep tendon, followed by a forward leg reap. So let's do it from this position. A counter grab, palm up, look in the mirror, break, pull them in, forward leg reap, which means you're going to basically back kick right between the legs, catching your thigh up against their leg. So B or A version again. Step, break, pull, reap. Okay, from this position, counter grab, break the arm, pull them in, leg reap. The B version, The B, this time we don't have time to do all that. We got people around us or we got a wall behind us. So we're going to take the same motion and we're going to break, but instead of pulling them, we're just going to throw them right into the wall or somebody else. So it starts off just like A does. Come in and break, but we're going to continue that motion with the throw. So you don't want to really stop here and pause. As you come in, you're going to break and pull at the same time. Again on B, come up, break, and just adjust your stance and throw them right into whatever's behind you. Again on B, counter grab, break, and throw. Okay, from this angle, 1, 2, 3. As you get better at this, you want to try to make this as one smooth motion so that you don't stop them. The C version is just like A, but we got two hands on us and we're having trouble lifting the arm. So we're going to use our other hand. Almost go into like arm bar from yellow belt. Get them down, forward leg reap. Okay, again, the C version. Counter grab. Pull them up and over, almost like into an arm bar, and then back kick between the legs. Crossing talon C. Up, break. Okay, let's do this again. Counter grab. Up, pull them in, and back kick. Okay, again on C. Two hands. We're going to use both of ours. Almost come in like an arm bar, and then back kick right between the legs. Okay, from here, this angle, counter grab. Pull them up and over, almost like you're going into an arm bar, and then back kick between the legs to take them off their feet with a forward leg reap. One last time, counter grab. Up and over, and back kick. Okay, all three of them from this angle. Twisting, crossing talon A. Hand up, step in, break, pull, forward leg reap, or backward kick between the legs. B version. Up, grab, and throw, dancing with your right foot. C version, both hands, because they got both hands on us. Up, over like an arm bar, and then back kick between the legs. Okay, the next technique that's required for White Tiger Kenpo in the Purple Belt series is crossing talon. This is for a cross arm wrist grab. So what we're going to do is as the opponent grabs, remember they're grabbing you because they're going to punch you. They're not trying to do this as the attack. This is just a way to sucker punch you. So we want to neutralize that punch as soon as possible. We're going to do that by basically bringing the hand straight up. Now when you do this, you want to use it against the shoulder, because if you try to fight the hand, go ahead and stop, block it. See, if he wants to fight me and I try to do it this way, I'm never going to win, okay? But if he tries that, all I have to do is go against the shoulder. There's nothing he can do about it. The strongest man in the world cannot resist with their shoulder. So go against the shoulder and counter grab. Now as we do this, we're going to step in just to the outside of their foot and break. Then we adjust however much you need, okay? This may be a simple few inches, just enough to line your foot up with their leg, and we're going to do a forward leg reap and take them down. Okay, again, we're here. Come up and break. Now, depending on how you step, if you step out this far, you may need to step in across the body to get the break in, which is fine. Make adjustment steps as you need to. Also, let's turn this around just a little bit for right this second. Once you get to this point and you're trying to do the takedown, we don't want to muscle it by pushing this and doing this, because he can fight back. So we want to eliminate as much possible resistance as we can. So we take, after we do the break, we take the knife edge of our hand and we put it right there across his tendon. And what this does is he has to roll with it. There again, we're attacking that shoulder. So as we come in and break, we're going to take the knife edge and right across the elbow, and then we do our leg reap and take them down. Now as you practice this, try to practice it so that you hang on. If you don't, it's not a big deal, but try to keep that arm if you possibly can. So we break, roll it over, and take down. And that's crossing talon A. The B version. We're going to do the exact same thing as the opening as A. We're going to come in and break. But this time, for whatever reason, maybe we don't have enough room, there's other opponents we need to deal with, we want to get rid of them as quickly as we can. So we're going to step in and break, and we're going to continue the motion and throw them right into a wall, a car, another opponent, whatever's good. So they grab, they come up, we step in and break, adjust, and throw them. Now the key to this one, to making this one work, is not to stop at the break. Don't spend a lot of time with it. In other words, don't break, stop, and then go, because you're going to have a lot of hard time trying to maneuver them. Plus it'll give them time to adjust to stance. So the best way to make this one work is just continue the motion. Literally, do not stop what you're doing. There might be a half a second pause, but that's it. 1, 2, and throw. This way you maintain being off balance. The C version, they've got two hands on you. And you can't sit here and fight them because they've got your arms stuck down. So what we want to do is we're going to take our left hand and counter grab our right. Let's do it from this angle so you can see better for the takedown. So we're here, okay? Now we're going to come up and over just like arm bar. Okay, at this point your arms should almost be in an arm bar position like you learned in yellow belt. And then you take them off his feet. Again, double hands. Now remember, if the guy's really strong, you're going to have to go against the shoulders. Don't sit here and try to do this and muscle the guy over, because it's not going to work. You're going to waste a lot of time and energy. Just grab the hand, go against the shoulders, up and over, almost in an arm bar, and sweep the leg. One last time on C. They grab. Both hands go against the shoulder, step in, and just kick that foot out from underneath them. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is circling elbows. And this is pretty much going to be the theme of this belt. Every other technique is going to use this motion. You've already seen it in striking mace. We're going to do a similar motion for a bear hug from behind. So we've got a bear hug from behind, but our arms are free. So what we're going to do is we're going to step out, do a circle just like we did our crescent step with striking mace. And as we do so, we're going to elbow the face, followed by a hammer fist, and a hammer fist to the groin. So again, it's big circles. Drive straight out with these big circles. I did that wrong, didn't I? Okay, our next technique is circling elbows. This is for a bear hug from behind with our arms free. So as they come up on the bag and grab us, we're going to do just kind of like the technique says. We're going to have big circles just like this. And we're going to drive them straight back to break that grip loose. Then we're going to draw into a cat as we put our hands into a chamber to set up for our strike. And as we come, basically we're just going to put our foot back where it was. We're just going to do a crescent step and check that leg. And as they buckle, we're going to take our elbow to their chin, followed by a back fist to the face and a hammer fist to the groin. Making sure you're turning that body all the way around into a good solid hard bow, so that you don't fall down with them and you get that torque of the power you need to strike with. So we step, drive, hands are set up for our strike, we come in and buckle, we turn our hips all the way around, and these are big circles. Okay? So we want to see the hands fully extend as you come around with your back leg locked out. And again, circling elbows. Just like the name says, we drive or circle our elbows. Circle in and around, and turn and pivot. From this direction, drive, come in and around, turn and pivot all the way around. So your hips are now facing, if this is 12 o'clock, your hips are now facing 9 o'clock with everything in that direction, hands fully extended. Again, drive, hands in chamber, hands come around, big circles as we turn everything around for circling elbows. Okay, circling elbows with an opponent now. As Lee comes up and does a bear hug from behind, my arms are free. This is kind of good because now I know where his hands are at. I'm going to step out with my right foot to the 3 o'clock position as I drive both my elbows back. Then I'm going to take my left foot, draw to a cat, crescent in and around his leg as my hands go into chamber to set up for the strike. As I do so, I'm going to buckle his knee. This is important, because if I don't do this, he won't be off balance when I go to do the strikes. So you got to come in and pretty much put your right foot back where you found it. Elbow the chin, and as you do so, you're going to come back in, hammer fist the groin. Okay? Again, they grab. Drive those arms straight back. Draw to a cat stance, hand in chamber. Right, left on top. Come around, buckle the knee. Elbow, back fist, hammer fist. Okay, let's do it from this angle.
No, face me.
Okay. Wait, we'll have to do it over.
No, it's all right. Just keep going.
No, they heard you.
I don't care.
I can't edit it out.
You can't edit the sound out?
No.
Sure you can.
Okay. Okay, I'll edit. Go ahead. Grab. Okay, so from this position now, so you can see from a different angle, actually, I'm sorry, this position now, so you can see straight ahead. Drive, hands in chamber, draw to cat, buckle the knee, elbow the chin, and as you do so, you're going to come in and back fist or hammer fist the chest or the heart as you strike the groin. One last time from this angle. He grabs. Driving elbows. In and around. Buckle, hammer fist, strike. It's called circling elbows. Okay, our next technique is locking arm. This is for a hammer lock from behind, similar to a hammer lock or passing the horizon. What we're going to do is we're going to step back and counter grab. As we do so, we're going to elbow the face. Then we're going to continue this elbow motion as we wrap the arm around. We want to get right above the elbow joint. From here, we're going to pivot to hard bow as hard as we can, break the arm, pivot back to hard bow, almost striking down, come out, knee to the body, followed by a hammer fist to the back. Okay, again, from here, we step back, elbow, almost into what they call a hanging horse. In other words, we're not stopping here. The elbow strike goes past the body. Boom. Wrap around. Pivot back to hard bow as we break. Step back to hard bow. Punch the ground to release them. Immediately come back out. Hammer fist knee to the body. Okay, on A again. Grab. Strike. Break. Pivot them around. Come immediately out. Hammer fist knee. From the front on A. We counter grab as we step back. Break into hard bow. Step back. Punch the ground to release them. Come out. Knee strike. Hammer fist. Okay, again, let's do a little bit quicker so you can see. It's 1, 2, drive, out. Now the B version is identical to A, except you're not going to have that break. Even though we're going to attempt it, you either got both hands on you, or one hand on your shoulder and one hand on the arm, but you don't have the same ability as you did before. So as we're going to come in and strike, we're just going to attempt the same motions. So there's really not much difference between A and B, other than A has a really good strong hard bow as you pull them in, or the B version, since we can't break, it's more of a lock and we pivot around. So that's really the only difference between A and B, and it's a minute difference. So you really may have a hard time telling it. But on B, we counter grab, we strike, we go to break, but we don't have that good strong pivot. It's just more of a wrap and tight. Throw them around, knee, hammer fist. And that's locking arm. Okay, locking arm is our next technique. There's an A and a B variation as you learned previously. So as Lee comes up with a reverse or a hammer lock from behind, on the A version we're going to counter grab like we do with all of our reverse hammer locks. We're going to step back into our opponent, elbow the face. Now from here, the left hand is going to wrap around, and we're going to go to hard bow to break the arm. Then we're going to take our right foot, step straight back, pull them in, let the hand go, drive the knee into the ribs, and hammer fist the back. Again, strike, wrap around, hard bow, pivot, drive and strike. Now the B version, the B version on this, same thing, one, and we go to break, but for some reason the arm's in the way, either because we got it tangled up, but we can't really get a good break, but we're going to continue with the motion anyway. So the philosophy is if it's not working, keep going with the technique anyway and just go to the next move. So as he grabs, we're going to strike, break, pivot, and drive. Okay, let's do this from the front view on both of them, starting with A, so that you can see. Let's back up just a bit. So here, elbow, break to hard, pivot, and drive. Okay, one more time on A. We're here, strike, break, pivot, and drive. The B version, there again, he's got the other hand in our way, so our arm's restricted. We can't really do what we want, but we're going to do the technique anyway. We're going to attempt everything like we did before. Boom. Okay, one more time on B. They grab. We step back, strike the face, attempt to break the arm, and pull. And that's locking arm A and B. The next technique we're going to look at is called the Blitz A, B, and C. This is basically a continuation of what you learned in Orange Belt from trapping the serpent. So the first two moves are basically just takes off of that technique. So you should already know this part, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. And if you need to review even further, you can go back to the Orange Belt tape. But it's for a right punch. We're going to do our scissor block, forearm strike to the bicep, forearm strike or chop to the neck, hook the neck, and then knee the face. Now that's where trapping the serpent will end. Now from here, we're going to take it to the next level. So we're going to go 1, 2, chop, pull, and as we elbow the back, we're going to hook our left hand in and around the chin. We're going to take the right hand, put it on the base of the neck. So we've got it kind of like a ball. Your hand should almost look like a ball. Then from here, we're going to take our right or left foot and adjust a few inches, not very far, just to kind of get in behind our other leg. And from here, we're going to grab the chin and do what we call a chin throw. And you basically turn it up. So you're just going to push down and turn up on the chin as you turn the hips and turn around. So the Blitz A, 1, 2, strike, knee, elbow. This is where the Orange Belt technique would end. We grab the chin, we hook behind it, we adjust, and we pivot our body as we turn. The pivot's important. So 1, 2, here, we're up to the elbow. Grab the chin, base of the neck, push down and turn up as we step back with our left foot and turn those hips around. So you're first facing 12, then when you're done, you're facing 6 o'clock or around that vicinity. From this direction, the Blitz A, 1, forearm strike, hook, knee, elbow, grab the chin, adjust the foot back, turn that body as you turn the chin, and you're going to do a real quick snap. So it's just like that. Okay, 1, 2, grab, knee, elbow, and torque the chin. From the front, all the way up to trapping serpent. Here you should know. From here, in the back of the neck, hook around, adjust the foot back slightly, pivot, and turn that neck. That's the Blitz A. The Blitz B, we're going to use a different kind of throw. Same opening though. We're going to use trapping the serpent. Now from here, we're going to push down on the head as we push up on the arm and go into a head turn throw. So it's 1, 2, forearm, knee. We're going to leave out the elbow and adjust back and turn the head. Now the way we do this is we're going to push down on the head or the neck because the body has to follow the neck. So we're going to push down and lift up and turn the body. Okay, you got to turn your body. That's important to get this to work. So 1, 2, forearm. knee, plant the knee down and adjust your foot out of the way if you need to, and push the head down and up as you lift the arm up. Okay, Blitz B. 1, 2, chop, knee, plant down, push down on the head, pull up on the arm. And you should be pointed to about the 7:30 direction, thereabouts, depending on how far you turn them. Okay, from this direction, the Blitz B. 1, 2, chop, knee, plant the knee down, and push the head. From the front, so maybe you can see this a little better. 1, forearm, chop, knee. Put the knee down and out of the way as you push down on the head, lift up on the arm, and turn your hips. Okay? Turn those hips and point those fingers right in the direction you want them to land. 1, 2, forearm, knee, plant, head turn throw. This is a head turn throw. You're literally going to push the head right underneath your arm, and they should drop right in front of you. The C variation is a little different. And still throwing a right punch, we're going to come in with a double palm strike this time. So we're going to come over the top and just slap the arms down as we grab, elbow the chin, chop the neck as we slide in and go into a guillotine choke. To do this, 1, 2, let's do this again. To do this, 1, elbow, forearm strike, go into a guillotine choke. Okay? Smother block, elbow, forearm, hook them around. Now you want to put the throat right across this part of the arm. The base of the head is right up against your ribs or your stomach. You don't want them out and away from you. You've got to have them in tight, and we're going to have our knees slightly bent, and basically we lift up and as we turn our wrist. So it's like turning a faucet. It's this motion. We want to push and pull at the same time. So, double smother, elbow, forearm, snake the hand around, bring it in and under, and lift and pull into you. From this direction, smother block, elbow, forearm, bring him in, and lift up. Remember, it's like turning a faucet. Lift up and pull in. From this direction, smother, elbow, wrap in and around, and pull them in tight to you. Again, smother block, elbow, snake the hand. What we're going to do is try to roll that neck right off of the arm to the fingertips to keep them off balance and pull them right into that choke. So it should be a nice, smooth motion on that. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is the Blitz A, B, and C. This is a takeoff of trapping the serpent from orange belt. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the opening of this, as you should already know it. And if you don't, go back to the orange belt and review, then come back here and finish off the technique. So, you throw a right punch, we start off with trapping the serpent, all the way up to here. Okay, now this is where trapping the serpent ends, and the Blitz takes over. From here, our left hand grabs underneath their chin as our right hand pushes down on their neck. We adjust our left foot back and turn to break. Let's do it from over here. So again, they throw their punch. You should know up to this point. Now here, so the camera can see, left hand reaches right around and just grabs the chin. Right hand on the back of the neck. Push down on the neck as you lift up with the chin and dance your back. Now if you want to really throw them, just make a wider dancer step. If you want the controlled takedown, you make a smaller step. And that's the only difference between how you throw the guy. Okay, one last time on A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should know up to here. Grab with the chin, push down on the neck, dancer, and control this takedown. Okay, the B version is for a head turn throw. You've learned the chin throw, now we're going to teach you the head turn throw. So it starts off just like A. You should know all this up to this point. Now we're not going to do the elbow. Instead, after the knee, we're going to push down on the head and lift up on the arm and literally take his head and push it right underneath the arm. Hang on to it, follow him in, drop your knee on his rib cage, and if need to, you can punch him in the face. Okay, again on B. 1, 2, 3. You should know everything up to this point. As our foot goes down, we're going to push the head down and under the arm and follow him in. Last time on B. 1, 2, knee. Put the knee down, adjust as needed, and do the head turn throw. Remember, with the head turn throw, you're going to lift up and push the arm underneath, just like that motion. The C version. This time we're going to use a guillotine choke. So as he throws the punch, we're going to use a double slap block, hanging onto the arm, elbow the chin. Forearm, pull them in. And what you want to do is you want to take the base of their head and put it right up against your ribs. This should be in a blood choke position, or breath choke position, I mean. There again, you can refer to Orange Belt Manual for further explanation of that. Palm to palm. So your left hand fingers are down, your right hand's pointed straight ahead. Then lift straight up. Should be very quick and not much effort on your part. Again, 1, elbow, forearm, pull them right into here. Adjust your stance. Don't leave it open like this, because that leaves him a target to start defending himself. And believe me, he's going to try. Grab here and lift. And it's a guillotine. Basically, he's going to strangle himself as you lift up. Last time on this one. 1, 2, forearm, palm to palm, and lift. And that's the Blitz A, B, and C. Okay, our next technique is spiraling wrist. This is, again, is for a bear hug, arms are free. So the first move we're going to start with is as they grab us, their hands are going to be around us like that. So we're going to attack the top of the wrist with our eagle beaks. And we're going to track those real small bones. It's real tender there. So you want to take your eagle beak strikes and strike it as hard as you can until they release those arms. So your first motion is a neutral stance. Strike the arms. Clear the arms. Then from here we're going to grab into an outside wrist lock as we step forward, just like passing the horizon, followed by a front snap kick. Okay, again, strike. Drive the arms to clear them. Grab the hand like you would for an outside wrist lock. This is just like passing the horizon, just from here. So this should be a very familiar move. You step left to 230, right to 230 as the hand comes up and over and passes over, followed by a front snap kick to the face. Again, strike, clear, grab the hand. 1, 2, just like passing the horizon, followed by a kick. The B version on this, you've done your strikes and you've cleared, but they haven't let go yet. They're still hanging on. So we're going to revert back to what we know, circling elbows, because that's basically what you're in now. So we strike, we clear the arms, they don't come loose, so immediately go into circling elbows. So if you need to review that part of the tape, go back to the beginning, it's technique number 2, and review how to do circling elbows. So for spiraling wrist B, we strike, clear the arms, they don't come loose, so we cannot go into A, so we circle in and around and go right into circling elbows. We're going to start combining some techniques now in this belt. So, strike, clear, right into circling elbows. Okay, the C version to this is what if. What if on A? You've done your strikes, you've cleared, and you're in this position, but they've bent their elbow. It doesn't matter, okay? We're going to push the elbow up, step right, step left, and pivot into an outside wrist lock. Okay, again, on the C version, strike, clear, just like we do on A, but the elbow's bent. So we step forward with our right foot. Then we step left and pivot and bring the hands down to our belt for the takedown. Again on the C version. Strike, clear, grab the hands, step left, step right, pass over, just like you do, passing the horizon. The elbow's bent, so we're going to step forward with our right, then left, then pivot back, and bring the hand right down to our belt or to the triangulation point so that it goes into an outside wrist lock. So basically from here, we're in an inside wrist lock, then we're going to step forward and pivot to an outside wrist lock. Okay, our next technique is spiraling wrist A, B, and C. This is for a bear hug from behind. So as they come up and grab you, the A version, we're going to take our middle knuckle fist and we're going to strike right on the back where the bones are. And just hit it as hard as you can. Obviously not with your partner because you don't want to hurt them too bad, but that'll make them let go. Then big circles, drive the arms back, which loosens them up. Now our right hand is going to grab with the fingers on the meaty part of the hand and the thumb between any one of the bones or knuckles. Then we're going to step left like we do on passing the horizon, then back. This puts us into an outside wrist lock. From here you've got control over your opponent if you've done it correctly. Then a front snap kick to the face. Again, strike, clear, grab the wrist, fingers grab meaty part of the hand, thumb grabs any of those knuckles depending on how big your hand is to theirs. Step left, pass over, counter grab, thumb on top of thumb, bring it right down to your belt. And then front snap kick the face. Now when you do this, make sure you're pushing forward so the fingers are pointed at him at the same time, down. Last time on A. Strike, clear, outside wrist lock, front snap kick. The B version is a what if. What if you struck the hands and you clear but they don't let go? That doesn't matter. We go right into circling elbows. You should already know the technique. We just learned it just a little bit ago. So again, they come in and grab. We strike, we clear, that doesn't really work. So we come in, make sure you take your left foot and buckle their leg as we go into the technique. As you can see, they go down fairly quickly so you don't have a lot of time. Last time on B. Strike, clear, and take them down. The C version, the last one of these. This is another what if. What if you cleared the hands and gone into A, but their elbows bent? For whatever reason, you didn't get a proper lock on. Doesn't matter. You just go in the direction of the elbow, which is this way. So we come up and we go into a lock. Okay, again. 1, 2, and a correction. This is an inside wrist lock. As they bend the elbow, we go into an outside wrist lock. So last time. Strike, clear. We start to do A, which is an inside wrist lock. That was my mistake on the first part. He bends his elbow, so we're going to go in the direction. So just bring it right up to your head as you step forward right, then step left, then back, and bring it right down to your belt, maintaining the grip at all times. And that's spiraling wrist A, B, and C. Okay, the next technique that's required for purple belt is Crash of the Eagles Part 2, A through I. This is similar to Crash of the Eagles Part 1 in orange belt. The only thing that's really going to change is your hand strikes, but the principle is the same. So on the A version, from our neutral stance, the person's got us at an extended arm chokehold. So we're going to take our right foot and we're going to step back to the 730 position into a soft bow. We're going to clear the arms into a soft bow, shuffle forward, cradle and crush the head. Again, on A, step, clear, shuffle, cradle and crush. The B version, same thing, chokehold from behind. We're going to step back, we're going to clear the arms, but this time we're going to come in with the half fist to the throat. Again, B version. Clear the arms into soft bow, half fist to throat. So A's cradle and crush, B is a half fist with the right side of the body. C version. Same as A and B, we're going to step back, clear the arms, but this time we want to keep the hand going, come up underneath the chin with a knuckle rake and grab the groin. Again on C, step back, clear, up and underneath the chin, come in, grab the groin or claw to the groin. So we got A, it's clear, shuffle, cradle and crutch. B, clear the arms, half fist the throat. C version, clear the arms, knuckle rake up underneath the chin, come in, groin grab. Now, D, E, F, and G, when we teach this, we don't necessarily have the students step forward every single time, because at this point they should already know it. We just work on the hand forms. But make sure you check with your instructor to see how they want you to do it. They may want you to do each one individually. So from here, on the D version, we're going to take our left foot this time, and we're going to step forward to the 230 position. We're going to clear the arms, and as we do so, we're going to eye strike. So D is an eye strike. E, same motion. Instead of an eye strike, we're going to have a half fist. So we got D, which is an eye strike. E is a half fist. F is a heel palm. G is a vertical punch. So again, each one of those is individual. So you got D, eye strike. Clear the arms, hard bow, strike the eyes. E, clear the arms, hard bow, half fist the throat. F, clear the arms, heel palm the jaw as you go to hard bow. G, clear the arms, vertical punch to the face. Now in our particular school, what we have the students do in those particular four is we just have them clear the arms and go D, E, F, G, and work the hand forms. But that's going to be up to your instructor. The H version. H is a little bit more stylized. We're going to come in, eye strike, elbow, hammer fist the groin. Again, we step forward with our left foot to the 230 position. We're going to clear the arms as we strike the eyes into hard bow, go to horse for an elbow, up the uppercut chin strike, roll over hard bow, hammer fist the groin. So let's go through those real quick. So we got A, clear, cradle and crutch. B, clear, half fist the throat with the right hand. C, clear the arm, knuckle rake under the chin, groin grab, almost like a softball pitch. Then you got D, E, F, and G. So you got your eye strike, half fist, heel palm, vertical. H, clear the arms, eye strike to hard bow, uppercut elbow under the chin to horse, roll over hammer fist into hard bow, striking the groin. The I is identical to H, except we're going to step back and do the same thing, just not quite as stylized. So it's the same motion, we're just not going to quite stylize it as we would for a kata. That's Crash of the Eagles, A through I, and we'll look at it with an opponent here in a minute. Okay, our next technique we're going to go over with an opponent is Crash of the Eagles, A through I. So this is just like Crash of the Eagles Part 1. It's for a two-hand choke. On A, they're going to be right up against you, so you're going to step forward, left. The hand's going to come up and clear, just like we did with all the other Crash of the Eagles. Then from here, cradle and crutch. Okay, so Crash of the Eagles A, step right foot to 130 or the 230 position, clear the hands up and over, and back in with the cradle and crutch. Now, depending on how long your opponent's arms are compared to you, if you need to, don't be afraid to shuffle in. Okay, again, clear, one. So like this position here, I would need to shuffle in just a little bit to get that cradle and crutch, so don't be afraid to do that. So B version, same thing as A. We're going to step forward. We're going to clear the arms, but this time we're going to half fist his throat. Again, 1, 2, 3. The C variation, same pattern. Step, clear. But this time we're going to continue the motion and do an uppercut under the chin as we step forward and grab the groin. So they grab on Crash of the Eagle C, we step forward, clear the arms, keep the hand going, strike, and grab. It's almost like a softball pitch. You're going to wind up for that throw. Clear. Just let the hands continuously go, come up underneath the chin, and then grab. Now remember, on Crash of the Eagles, A through C is all done with your right side. Now D through I is going to be done with the left. So as they grab, we're still going to step forward, but we're going to come in and strike the eyes. Now, I'm not going to repeat this for each variation. I'm just going to show you the different hand strikes. So keep in mind, D, E, F, and G are all going to be done from the same motion. So they grab, we step, D is the eye strikes, E, vertical, F, heel palm, G, half fist. Again, clear, eye strike, vertical, heel, half fist. Now depending on your instructor, with our school, we just have the students work the hand form, because at this point they should know how to step forward. But your instructor may require you to do each one as an individual technique. So check with them to see how they want it done. So again, they grab, clear, eye strike, vertical, heel, half. And also keep in mind, it doesn't really matter which order you do those in as long as you get all 4 strikes. The order is kind of irrelevant. You just want to learn how you can use different strikes for the same motion. So last one on this. Eyes, vertical, heel, half fist. Now the eye variation, they grab, we step forward, but this time we're going to strike the eyes, then we're going to uppercut, roll over, hammer fist into a hard bow or soft. Again, this part here, your hard bow, uppercut the horse, roll over into a hard or soft bow. Last time for this one. 1, 2, 3. Now the H version, this is your kata version. This is the one you're going to find in short 3 and blue belt. This one's a little more stylized. So as they grab, you're at arm's distance this time, so we're going to step back and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to strike the eyes. Uppercut, but we're going to go to a hard bow and kind of break their balance. This one you want to put some style into it and make sure it's all correct. Again, they grab. We step back and strike the eyes. Uppercut, hard bow, hammer fist. That's Crash of the Eagles, A through I. The next technique we're going to look at is encircling arms A through D. This is for a tackle technique. Someone's coming in to try to tackle you and take you off your feet. So the first thing we're going to do as the person comes in at you, we're going to dancer step with our left foot as we do a chop to the neck and get out of their way as they come through. Then the right hand's going to come up and over the top, and we're going to chop the back of the neck again, followed by a wing chop to the throat. So encircling arms A again, chop left, hand comes up and over, chop right, wing chop right to the throat. Okay? So 1, 2, wing chop. In this direction, 1, 2, wing chop the throat. The B version, it's almost identical to A, but they've gotten past us. We weren't able to get the wing chop in. So we're going to go 1, 2, just like we would have did on A, then we're going to follow through with the defensive side kick. So the B version, 1, 2, defensive side kick. Again, they come in at us. We chop, chop, can't get the wing chop in, they've already passed. Defensive side kick. So they're coming in at us, they're trying to wrap around. We're going to get out of their way, chop, chop. They're a little too fast, or we didn't time it correctly, but they've gone past, so we've lost the wing chop. So we're just going to throw a defensive side kick to any part of the body you can get to. So we have A, 1, 2, wing chop. B, 1, 2, defensive side kick. C now. See, they've actually got their hand wrapped around us. We've got the first two moves in, 1, 2. At this point, they've wrapped their arm around ours. So we're going to wrap ours. And basically, we're just going to go into locking arm. Step back left, pull them in, knee, hammer fist. Okay, again on C. 1, 2. Now they've wrapped their arms around. We're going to wrap around and go into locking arm. Step back left, pull them in, knee, hammer fist. Okay, from this direction. 1, 2. They wrap, counter grab their arm, step back, they go right into locking arm. Again. Left, right chop, wrap around, step back, pull them in, and knee. This angle, 1, 2, wrap, pull, knee, hammer fist. The D version on this, we didn't even get that far this time. We got the first start. We just started to get that chop in and they've already grabbed us. So we're just going to adjust and basically do the same thing we did in C. So the only difference between C and D is a small stutter step. Instead of coming all the way around, we're just going to get to here. Then we adjust out and wrap, pull, knee, hammer fist. Okay, encircling arms D. We get the start of it. They've already got our arm trapped right here. So we open ourselves up, wrap the arm around, pull, and knee. Again, just start the step. Adjust, wrap, pull, and knee the body, hammer fist the back. Okay, from this angle, our attacker's coming from 12. We're going to step back left to 6, start the chop. We don't get it, arms pinned. We take our left foot, adjust to 9. We are now facing 6. Wrap the arm around, step back left to 12, pull them in, knee, hammer fist. Let's go through them one more time. Encircling arms A. Left, right chop, right wing chop. Encircling arms B. 1, 2, they get past. Defensive side kick to the body. C. We get the first 2 men. They grab us. We wrap, pull them around, knee, hammer fist. D version. Stutter step. You don't get all the way there. Open up, wrap, pull, and knee. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, our next technique we're going to look at with an opponent is encircling arms A through D. This is another tackle technique variation. So, first two, the first one, they're coming right at you. So as Lee comes in and tries to tackle, I step out of the way and chop the neck. This hand comes through and chops the neck, and then back through with the wing chop. Okay, again. Dancer left and strike left. Hand high. Strike right as you pivot, and then a quick wing chop to the throat. Again on A. Dancer out of the way. Strike. Wing chop the throat. The B version. The B version is coming at you a little faster than you were prepared for, so you only get the first 2 moves in. So as he comes in pretty quick, 1, 2, we just kick to the body, whatever you can get a hold of. The knee, the ribs, whatever's there. Again, 1, 2, kick. Okay, the C version. This time they came in a lot quicker, or they were closer to you than you thought. So as he comes in, you get the first 2 strikes, but that's it. He's already got your arms wrapped up. So we're going to go into locking arm. We're going to wrap the arm around, step back left, knee, and strike. Again, he comes in. 1, 2, he traps the arm. We wrap around, break it, pivot, knee, and hammer fist to the back. The D version. This comes in a lot faster. We're only going to get maybe a quarter of the move in now. So as he comes in, we get this part in and that's it. We're pinned. So we're just going to adjust our stance and we're going to go right back into C. Boom. So So on D, the really only difference between C and D is you got a small, slight stutter step. So as he comes in, 1, we're pinned. Adjust out, this opens it up, wrap the arm around, break it, and strike. That's encircling arms A through D. The next technique we're going to look at is rising elbow. This is for a bear hug from behind. This time your arms are pinned, and it's a high pin, so there again we have the use of our lower part of our arm. So as the opponent comes up and grabs us, what we're going to do is we're going to step out with our right foot into a low horse stance as we hammer fist the groin. We're going to heel palm grab the groin, then we're going to circle around and use our circling elbows technique that we learned a little while ago. So again, on rising elbow, from a neutral stance, step out right into a horse stance. Hammer fist the groin, heel palm grab, come up, slide in, rise that elbow up right into the chin as you hang on to them, and go into circling elbows. One more time. Neutral stance, step out, hammer fist, heel palm grab, slide in and around, lift them up as you go into circling elbows. Okay, the next technique we're going to do with an opponent is rising elbow. There again, this is another one of the circling elbow techniques, just a different way to use it. This time we're in a bear hug, arms are pinned. This is a high pin, so that means you got the use of the lower part of your arm. So what you're going to do is you're going to step out right into a horse stance and hammer fist the groin. Then you're going to grab, and as you grab, you're going to lift up and drive the elbow into the chin as you come around with circling elbows. Okay, again, they grab. Remember, it's a high bear hug, so you got your hands part of your free. Hammer fist, grab, circle, buckle, rise, and strike. One last time on rising elbow. Bear hug. Step and hammer fist at the same time. Grab and heel palm, hang on, drive the groin right into his chin as you strike it. That's rising elbow. Okay, the next technique that's required for a purple belt is guarding the wall. This is for a right punch. I'm going to do it from this angle because I think it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing. So as your opponent comes in with a right punch, what we're going to do is we're going to take our left foot and we're going to step to the 10-30 position or 11, whichever you feel more comfortable with. And we're going to use a cross-body parry along with our middle eagle beak or middle knuckle fist. We're going to strike through the rib cage, right chop through the kidney, step in as our left or right foot checks their leg, heel, ridge hand the groin, eye strike to the face. Again, a right punch, cross-body parry with the middle knuckle rake, chop back through the kidney, step forward, eye strike, groin strike with a ridge hand to the groin, and the eye strike. That's all screwed up. Guarding the wall. Let's do this again. Okay, our next technique we're going to look at is guarding the wall. It's for a right punch. We're going to do it from this angle so that you can see it better. In this particular case, we're going to use a cross-body parry in conjunction with our middle knuckle fist. We're going to rake through the rib cage with our right hand, come back through and chop through the kidney. Then we're going to step right straight into 12 o'clock as we check their leg, and we're going to do a ridge hand to the groin, eye strike to the face as we go into hard bow. Okay, again, on guarding the wall from a neutral stance. Step left to 10-30, middle knuckle rake through the ribs, chop through the kidney, step forward, eye strike, ridge hand. One more time, we'll do it from this angle so you can see the strikes. 1, 2, 3. Again, step left to 10-30, cross-body parry. At the same time, you're going to knuckle rake through those ribs. Then we're going to come back, chop, and strike. That's guarding the wall. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is guarding the wall. This one's for a right punch now. So as Lee comes at me with a right punch, we're going to do a cross-body parry. At the same time, we're going to use our eagle beak or middle knuckle fist and we're going to strike through the rib cage as we strike the arm. Then we're going to come back through with a chop through to the kidneys, step right, and we want to check his leg just like that. As we do so, we're going to strike the groin and strike the eyes. Okay, again, they throw their punch. 1, strike through, check, check, into hard bow. Again, strike through. Now, when you bring this in, it's shin to shin. So just push your weight forward. That buckles him. The groin strike and the eye strike will put it right there where you need it. One last time. 1, 2, strike. That's guarding the wall. Okay, our next technique we're going to look at is eagle pin. This is for a 2-man attack. You got an opponent in the front throwing a right punch, and the opponent from behind is coming up with a bear hug, arms free. So as your opponent throws, the front opponent throws a right punch, we're going to do a front snap kick or a front thrust kick. At the same time, we're going to throw an inward block. Then we're going to step out to horse as we go into circling elbows, followed by a defensive side kick to the opponent in the front again. Okay, again, eagle pin. The first opponent's throwing a punch, we're going to block and kick. Then we're going to take care of the opponent behind us by going into circling elbows, followed by a defensive side kick to the front opponent again. From this angle, right punch, block and kick, step out, circling elbows, defensive side kick, rechamber, and set down. From this angle, so you can see it a little better. Front thrust, circling elbows, and a defensive side kick. Okay, one more time from this angle. First opponent's throwing a punch. Front thrust, inward block, step out, circling elbows, defensive side kick. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is eagle pin. This is your first 2-man attack for purple belt. You've got one opponent behind you. He's got you in a bear hug. The arms are free. You've got another opponent coming at you with a right punch. So we're going to kind of use the guy behind us as a base and help with us balance as we do a right front snap kick, inward block combination. Then we're going to step out, go right into driving elbows. Then as this guy comes back in on us, defensive side kick to the body and land. Again, they pin. Whoops, from here, 1, 2, come around, defensive side kick. Now we'll put Lee in the other position so you can see kind of what the other guy's doing. So remember, there's someone behind me grabbing. So block kick, drive here, then as this opponent comes back out, defensive side kick to the body. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, circle around, defensive side kick. And that's eagle pin. Okay, our next technique is striking feint. This is a right punch from the right side. The A variation is if they've got their left leg forward. The B variation is if they got their right leg forward. So on striking feint A, they have their left leg forward. So as they throw the right punch, we're going to come in with fist number 1, and we're going to strike up into the muscles of the arm as we do a brush block. Then we're going to shuffle in, cradle and crush the ribs, hammer fist the groin. Again, they throw a right punch. Brush block with fist number 1, shuffle in, cradle and crush the ribs, hammer fist the groin. The B variation, they have their right leg forward. So when they have the right leg forward, it's in the way for the hammer fist. So we've come in and we've struck and we've cradled and crushed, but we realize the leg's in the way, so we just come over the leg and do a ridge hand to the groin. So the B variation, brush block, fist number 1 strike to the nerve bundles under the arm. Forearm smash the ribs, come over the leg, ridge hand the groin. Again, striking feint A, brush block, fist number 1, right here to the muscle group just where the biceps at. Cranial and crush, hammer fist, because they've got the left leg forward. B version, brush block, fist number 1, cradle crush, right leg's forward, so we're going to ridge hand the groin. One more time. Brush, strike, cradle and crush, hammer fist on A. B version, brush block, fist number 1, cradle and crush, ridge hand. Okay, our next technique is striking fang. This is a right punch from the right side. So as you're facing 12 o'clock, your opponent is attacking you from the 3 o'clock position with the right punch and the right leg forward. That's important to understand. So as they come in, we're going to use our brush block or flex block, brush block here, and fist number 1 as we drive right up into the muscles. Then we're going to cradle and crush, and then ridge hand the groin. Again, they come in the strike, strike up into the nerve bundles, cradle and crush, ridge hand the groin. One more time. 1, 2. Now, you can step out or you can step in. If you step in, you can use this as a check and open up that ridge hand for you a little bit more. One more time. Show you that way again. Step in. When you go to do the cradle and crush, step into the center line, so if you want, you can use this check and open that leg up for you. Okay, the B version is the same thing, but now he's going to have his left leg forward. So as he comes in, we're going to strike, boom, but since this leg's not in the way, we're just going to drop the hand down to a hammer fist. Again, 1, 2, and hammer fist. Last time on striking fang. Strike, cradle and crush, hammer fist the groin. That's striking fang A and B. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is shackle break A, B, and C. This is for a 2-hand grab from behind, so each hand has 1 grab on it. First thing we want to do is we want to counter grab. Anytime someone grabs us, we always counter grab those hands or arms. We're going to step forward left, draw to a right cat, and back kick. Okay, again, shackle break A. Step forward left, draw to right cat, and back kick to the body. Okay, the B version, we're going to take A and go 1 step farther now. We're going to counter grab as we step. Pull the cat, back kick, plant down. Just like passing the rise, and we're going to pull the arm forward, up and over, and elbow the back. Okay, again, counter grab, step, pull the cat, back kick, put the foot down, pull the arm forward, up and over, and elbow the back. One more time on B. Counter grab, step forward left, draw the cat, back kick, put the foot down, pull the arm forward, up, over, and elbow the back. Okay, the C version is a kata version. This is in short 3 and blue belt. Slightly different, but not much. Starts off the same. We're going to step forward as we counter grab. This time we're not going to kick. We're just going to pull them forward, up, over, double heel palm the back as we grab them and pull them in to a knee. Again on C. We step forward and counter grab. We pull a cat as we pull them up, over, double heel palm the back as we grab them and knee the body. Okay, let's do it from this direction. Shackle break A, step, pull, back kick. Shackle break B, step, pull, back kick, up, over, elbow the back. Again, step, back kick, pull them in, up and over, and elbow the back. C, or your kata version, we're going to counter grab, we're going to step, pull them forward, up, over, double heel palm, counter grab, drive the knee to the body or the ribs. Again on C, step forward, counter grab, pull them forward, up and over, double heel palm to the back, counter grab, knee to the body. Now let's look at it with opponent. Okay, our next technique is shackle break. This is a two-hand grab from behind. So they got both your hands as such, as if they're trying to shackle you or handcuff you. So the counter grab, as we step forward left, we're going to draw the cat and back kick the body. Again, they grab, we counter grab, back kick into the body. The B variation, we're going to take it one step farther now. We're going to kind of stair step build this for you. We're going to step here, back kick, and then we're going to pass this arm over like we do in passing the horizon, and then drive the elbow to the spine. Again, they grab, we counter grab, we step, pull the cat, back kick, rechamber, pass over, and drive the elbow. One more time on B. Counter grab, step, pull, back kick, and strike. Now the C version, they grab, we step, we rotate around, drive, grab, and knee the body. Okay, one last time for C. Remember, this is in your kata short 3. So we step and pull them forward. Pass the arm over, double heel palm, and after the double heel palm, you want to grab them and drive them right into that knee. That's shackle break A through C. The next technique we're going to look at is drawbridge. This is for a right grab to your left shoulder. So what we're going to remember is if someone's grabbing you, it's because there's the punch coming 9 out of 10 times. So we want to pin the hand so we know where this is at. And then we're going to use a web hand followed by a tiger's jaw to the throat. This will also neutralize the block. So we pin, step out of the point of contact, so our right foot stepping to about the 230 position. Web hand the throat, grab around the windpipe with our tiger jaw as we step in, shove them back. Pivot to hard bow so they fall over your leg. Shuffle in, drop your knee into the ribs. Forward hand strike or inverted punch to the face. Again, pin with the left, step out to about 230. Right web hand to the throat, followed by a tiger's jaw as you step forward, shoveling back. Pivot to hard bow, drop your knee into the rib cage. This will cause them to bounce up and strike. Again, pin and step, strike, pivot, drop, and down. From this angle, again, pin, step out to 230, strike, step behind as we shove, pivot to hard bow, and down. That's the A version. The B version is identical except for the ending. So we're going to pin, we're going to strike, and we're going to take them down. Now from here, we're going to hang on to the hand, pull them up as we strike down with a front thrust kick to the ribs. Answer back by placing our right foot at about the 430 position. Pivot to face 12, break over the knee. Again, pin, we're going to step out, web hand, down, front thrust, and break. One more time. Just like A, up to the ending. Then from here, front thrust, dancer, and break. Okay, our next technique is drawbridge. This is for a shoulder grab. So you've got a right shoulder grab to your left. There again, someone's going to sucker punch you. So let's turn this way here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pin the hand or counter grab the hand. Step out left to about 1030. At the same time, we're going to come in with a right web hand to the throat as we step back. Then we're going to turn that into a tiger jaw and hang onto the throat as we pivot, take them down, hanging onto the hand, dropping the knee into the ribs, and then if you want, you can throw in a punch. Okay, again, they grab, step out, strike, grab the rib, throat into a tiger jaw right around the windpipe, pivot, drop their knee into the ribs, and follow through with a punch if you like. The B version is identical to A, from this direction here, but we're going to add, the ending is going to be different. So it starts off just the same. 1, 2, take down. But from here, our right foot, as we pull up with the arm, we're going to stomp the rib cage. Then our right foot's going to dance her back as we go to our knee. And we're going to take that arm and place it right over the knee of our left knee and break it. Okay, again, they grab. We pin, step out and strike, hang on to it, take them down. Drive your foot into their ribs, dance her back, and basically elbow over the knee and break. Be careful when you're doing this with your opponent so you don't accidentally break it. So don't get in too big of a hurry at that point. Last time. They grab, we step out. Strike the throat at the same time we step forward, that pushes them back, and drop them. Pull up as we stomp down to break those ribs. Dance her back, arm right over the knee for the break. And that is drawbridge. The next technique we want to look at is for full Nelson. They've got you in a full Nelson. So what we're going to do here is the arms go up. They're pushing on your head. So we want to push back so they get used to pushing forward. So that as they're pushing forward, we're going to drop quickly to a low horse stance as we go to a hammer fist to the groin. So you want to be pushing back on the head and then just quickly drop. Then from there, we're going to grab, circle around, and go right into our circling elbows technique. Again, for full Nelson, we push back, drop quickly, hammer fist the groin, and go into circling elbows. Okay, again, we'll do it from this angle so as you can see a little different. Pull back, drop quickly, grab, almost like circling elbows or rising elbows. You're going to grab the groin and rise straight up as you go into the technique. Again, push back, drop quickly, heel palm grab, rising elbows or circling elbows. Okay, our next technique at number 15, we're halfway through now, is full Nelson. And as we discussed a little bit ago, it's for a full Nelson. Do it this way to be the best view. So they've got you in a full Nelson, your hands are up. So all you're going to do here is you're going to push back as hard as you can with your head because you want them to push forward. And what that's going to happen is Lee pushes forward and I go to drop, he loses his grip because he's pushing the wrong direction and I hammer fist the groin. Then from here I'm going to grab the groin, slide in and around, and just like circling elbows and rising elbows, we follow through. Again, so the attacker comes in, puts you in a full Nelson, push back as hard as you can, get them to start pushing forward, and then drop really quick as you hammer fist the groin. Grab the groin, and basically we're just going into rising elbow from this point. And we hammer fist the groin. Last time. Here, hands are up in a full Nelson position. Push back as hard as you can, and drop low and quick. Make sure you do this as one quick motion. Grab the groin as you heel palm it, and do rising elbow. And that's full Nelson. The next technique we're going to look at is Kung Fu Cross. This is for a right punch. What we're going to do is we're going to use our threading the needle, which comes straight up like this, and we're going to step back, grab the punch. Then we're going to step back forward and use an uppercut forearm strike to break the elbow, hammer fist the groin, back fist the face. Okay, again, threading needle comes straight up the face just like you're threading the needle, and it's going to come straight down. So 1, 2 as you step back. Then we're going to use an uppercut arm break. So the arm just breaks straight up as you push the arm down. Then we're going to hammer fist the groin, back fist the face as we pull it out of the way. Again, step back right. Threading the needle comes up, down as you grab, step forward, rotate the arm over so that the elbow's pointed down, break, hammer fist, back fist. Again, 1, break, back, hammer fist, back fist. Okay, let's do it from this angle. Step back, counter grab, come in, break, back, hammer fist, back fist. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, from this angle, step back. 1, 2 is the break, hammer fist, back fist. And remember, this threading needle is just straight up, almost like you're going to do an upwards block, but you're not going to finish it. You're just going to catch it and bring it straight down. Grab, rotate it over, break, hammer fist, back fist. Now let's look at this with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is Kung Fu Cross. This is for a left punch. So if someone throws a left punch at you, we're going to step out of the point of contact and do threading the needle. Threading the needle is basically you just come straight up, and as you come down, you grab the hand, and it just slides and catches the wrist. We're going to step forward, rotating the arm over, do an uppercut arm break right above the elbow, hammer fist the groin, back fist the face. Okay, again, up, down, break, hammer fist, back fist. Okay, from a different angle. Throw the punch, step out of the way of the punch, slide and grab, break, hammer fist, back fist. One more time. One, break, hammer fist, back fist. That's Kung Fu Cross. Okay, the next technique that's required for purple belt is divided swords. This again is for a right punch. Similar to crashing elbows, but the strike's going to be slightly different, but the principle's the same. We're going to step in, block the punch, elbow, and this time we're going to do a double chop or divided swords. This is going to chop the neck, and this is going to chop the kidney. So we're going to come in, one, elbow, double bridge hand strikes. Palm down for the right, palm up for the left. Right hand strikes through the neck, left hand strikes through the kidney. Okay, again. One, soft bow. Elbow to horse. Back through to soft bow. Okay, from a different angle on A. One, two, strike neck and kidneys. Again, one, elbow, double sword hand strike. From a different angle, coming in with the right punch, block, elbow, double chop. Again, one, two, three. Now the B version, similar, but this time you're jammed up. You don't have the room to do the full double chops. So you come in just like you did before, with the elbow, but now you realize you don't have the room. So you're going to hammer fist the kidneys and forearm strike the spine, like a Chinese L. Again, one, strike, hammer fist the kidney, forearm strike the spine up to the top of the neck. From this angle, starts off just like A, one, two, but we're in too tight. We don't have the room to develop the power for this double swords, so we're going to keep it a tight strike with a hammer fist and a forearm strike. Again, one, two, three. From this angle, one, strike, you're in too tight, four, hammer fist, forearm strike at the exact same time. Again, one, two, strike. Let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is divided swords. As I explained before, it's similar to crashing elbows in the way it sets up. So the guy throws a right punch, just like crashing elbows, crossbody parry into soft bow, elbow into soft bow, but instead of doing elbow back, we're going to come in with divided swords, a chop to the kidney and a chop to the neck. Okay, again on A, the right punch. Block, elbow through the ribs, and a double chop to the back. One last time. Soft bow, soft bow, soft bow as you do it in the air. Okay, the B version. Just like crashing elbows, they throw their punch and we're in too tight. We can't do this because we don't have enough room. So what we're going to do is a hammer fist to the kidneys and a forearm strike to the spine. Again on B. Still a soft bow. We still strike with a soft bow and we drive back in with a soft bow. So B one more time. One, two, and strike. Make sure on both of those you have 3 soft bows. That's divided swords. Okay, the next technique that is required for purple belt is gift. Once again, we'll show this in the air and then I'll show it to you in a bit with an opponent. Now, the gift is for a handshake. So it's not because they're shaking your hand that you're defending yourself. It's because there's most likely a left punch coming or a sucker punch. This is one way to get into your critical distance line to get that punch in. So when we do the technique, we want to make sure we neutralize the possibility of that punch coming. So we're going to start with our hand in our trigger position, which is the handshake. Then what you want to do is you want to web hand with your left hand as you step in and bend the hand back, and that'll turn the body and neutralize their left arm. So we come in and neutralize it that way. Then we bring our elbow up to break their elbow as we push down on the fingers to get them on their toes. Then we're going to take our right foot and dance her around as we pull them in to a wheel kick. Okay, let's do it from this angle. This might be easier for you to see. Come in and step in and web the hand and break the elbow. Then we're going to dance her back, pull, wheel kick to the body. Again, the handshake. You're going to take the web of their hand and hit right against their wrist to bend that wrist so that their palm is now facing this way. We're going to push on the fingers as we step in to break the elbow. Then we take our right foot and we dance her to about the 9, 10, 30 position. Pull them and put them right into that wheel kick. Again, web hand, break, right foot dancers, wheel kick to the body. From this angle, we web hand, break, pull them in, immediately come out with a wheel kick to the body. Again, handshake is your trigger. Step in and web hand to get them neutralize the left punch, push down on the fingers to get them up on their toes, break the elbow, apply that pressure to keep them up on their toes, dance her around with your right foot, and immediately come out with a wheel kick. One last time for gift. The starting point. Web, break, dancer, wheel kick. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is gift. This is for a handshake. Now remember, even though we're only doing this for a handshake, it's probably because there's a punch coming. So, just a little bit. So, we want to be able to neutralize this punch as well as get out of the point of contact. So what we're going to do is we're going to web hand the wrist, and that'll bend it. And then as we bend the wrist, we slide down and get them like this, and that'll help get them up on their toes. As we break the elbow, get them up there, then we're going to dance her back, swing them around, and wheel kick right into the body. Again, step in and strike this way. This way, if he tries to punch, you're going to neutralize it. Then we're going to lift up, break it, keeping them on their toes, swinging them around, and they'll fall right into that kick. Again, handshake. Remember, there's probably a punch coming, so we want to web hand and strike. Neutralize that arm, prevent them from hitting us. Push down on the hands and up, break, dance her around, wheel kick the body. Okay, one last time. Shake the hand, strike up, break, pivot, and wheel kick. And that's gift. The technique we're going to look at is opening cowl. This is for a two-hand choke from behind. A version, they're right on top of you. B version, their arms are extended as they do the choke. So on the A version, since they're on top of us, we want to step forward to open them up for a attack. So we're going to start with our right foot, stepping to the 10-30 position. We're going to do a Chinese L, which is basically a vertical outward block, reverse punch formation. So the first move is here. This will clear the arms, and this will strike to the ribs. Then from there, we're just going to punch the face with the left, punch the face with the right. Again, from our neutral stance, we're going to step to the 10-30 position, clear the arms and punch the ribs, strike, strike. Just two quick strikes right to the face. Again, step to 10-30 with your right foot. You should be in a soft bow at this point. This is going to be just like a vertical outward block. At the exact same time, we're going to throw a reverse punch to the ribs. Left punch to the face, right punch to the face. Again, step, clear, punch and strike at the same time. 1, 2. Okay, let's do it from a different angle. So from this position, they're behind us, they're on top of us. We're going to step, clear the arms, punch, punch. Again, right foot steps to the 10-30 position into a soft bow. Right hand is in chamber. This hand's going to come up with a vertical outward block as we punch the ribs, strike the face, strike the face. Now the B version. The B version, they're at a distance, so we need to gain the distance rather than lose it. So this time we're going to step back to 430 with our left foot. And since we're really not going to have the room to punch, we're going to come in with a forearm strike to the ribs. Then we're going to do a double punch to the face. Okay, on the B version, left foot, 430, soft bow, vertical outward block, forearm strike the ribs, strike the face, strike the face. One more time from this angle. Step to 430, clear the arms, strike the ribs, double strike to the face from a different angle. So we're here, they're on top of us. Step left to 430, forearm strike, clear the arms, double strike. Again, opening cow B, 430, forearm vertical, 1, 2. Now let's look at that with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is opening cowl. This is for a two-hand choke from behind. A, they're on top of you, so we're going to have to step forward. So we're going to step forward with our right foot as we do a left vertical outward block, right punch to ribs. Now from here, follow up with any number of strikes that you want. 2 or 3 strikes. They can be punches, they can be elbows, whatever that you feel you want to strike from here. It gives you an opportunity to add on to the technique yourself. Again, step, strike, and then throw in some strikes and punches of your own. 2 or 3 will suffice. Last time on A. Right foot, 10-30 soft bow, left vertical outward block, right reverse punch. Follow up with some strikes of your own. The B version. The only difference is they're at a distance, so obviously we can't step forward, we need to step back into them. So we're going to step back left to 430, soft bow, forearm smash, and then throw some combination strikes of your own. Again, they grab, same as A, clear, but we're going to forearm strike, and then strike any part of the body you want. Last time for opening cow B. Left vertical outward block, clear the arm. And since you can't throw the reverse punch, we're going to throw an elbow. And then follow up with your own strikes. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is slicing dragon. This is similar to crashing elbows. We're just going to add a few more strikes to it. So you got an opponent coming in with a right punch. So the first thing we're going to do is going to get out of the point of contact. At the same time, we're going to throw a crossbody parry with our right hand in chamber, left foot soft bow. Pivot around the soft bow as we strike through the rib cage, elbow strike with our right, back through with an elbow strike to our left as we go to a soft bow, back fist the face. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. We're just slicing through those rib cages. Again, crossbody parry, left foot soft bow, right hand in chamber. Strike through. Now depending on your size, you may need to shuffle, so don't be afraid to adapt as you need to. Right through the ribs, strike back into the ribs, slice back through the kidneys and ribs, back fist the face. Okay, from a different angle. Parry, elbow strike, left elbow strike, left back fist. Again, left parry, right elbow, left elbow, left back fist. From a different angle, crossbody parry, right hand in chamber, soft bow, elbow to soft bow, strike while you stay in soft bow, left elbow strike through to a soft bow, back to horse for your back fist. Again from this angle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and strike. Now let's see what it looks like with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is slicing dragon. This is for a right punch, and similar to crashing elbows. As they come in with their right punch, we're going to do just like crashing elbows with a crossbody parry as we go to soft bow. Right hand is in chamber. We're going to come through, elbow through the rib cage, and then we're going to drive it straight back into the kidneys with your right. Then the left elbow comes in and strikes through, and back fist to the face as we are in a soft bow. Again, soft bow as we crossbody parry. Soft bow into our elbow, then just stay there and drive this right back into the kidney and strike back through with your left and then open up with the back fist. Again, on slicing dragon. 1, 2, drive, slam, and back fist. Let's try it from just a different angle so you can look at the footwork better. Again, soft bow, elbow, 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 back fist. Okay, that's slicing dragon. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is ascending to heaven. This is when you're on a seated position. For whatever reason, you're at the park, you're at the beach, you got shoved down, but this is the position you're being attacked from. So what you want to do is we're going to assume this is a knee or a kick. So as a knee or kick is coming at you, we're going to roll to our left, then roll to the right, followed by a right back kick. Place that at 6, pivot, and come up into a fighting stance. Okay, again. Now I find the easiest way to do this is to make sure your left is on top, but it doesn't really matter how you sit. So from here, we're going to roll onto our left, using our left hand as a brace, then to our right, back kick to the body, place the kick at 6, and come up into a fighting stance. Okay, from this angle, again, roll to the left, back kick, and cross out. Again, from here, the kick's coming at you, you're going to get out of the point of contact by rolling out of the way, throw a back kick to any part of the body you get, and come out and ready to continue on with your defense. From this angle, I'm going to roll, kick, and come up. Okay, again. Roll over, throw the kick, place at 6, and come up. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Our next technique we're going to look at is raising the sword. This is for a handshake. And there again, like I've explained before, you're not defending yourself because of shaking your hand, it's because there's a sucker punch coming. So what we want to do is as the party's shaking our hand and we see the punch start to come, we're going to step in with our left foot and bring the arm up high. That'll block the punch, and we also get room to strike the rib cage or the solar plexus. Come back to neutral, counter grab with the left, step in with your right to 12 o'clock, and elbow the ribs. Then the right foot is going to step to 9, then back to 9 with the left as you pivot around and forearm strike the elbow for a break. Again, from here, start off with our handshake, which is the trigger. Hand comes up, using the web hand to strike just like that. Elbow the solar plexus, back to neutral, step forward right to 12. Right elbow to rib cage. Right to 9, left to 9, and break. Again, elbow strike. Elbow strike, step right, step left, and on the pivot, we're going to use that power to break the arm. One more time for raising the staff. 8. Strike. Strike the ribs, answer, and break. Now the B version is a little different. It starts off the same, but it changes after the second strike. So we've got our handshake. We're going to come in, and we're going to strike, and then come back and strike. This is where the B version changes. From here, let me back up here, and I'll do it from a different angle after this one. We're going to step left to 12 and go into what we call a Senkyo lock. It's similar to this. I'll show you better when we have an opponent, but the hand will twist up like this as we grab the fingers and then whip them forward and pull back for the throw. Let me do this from a different angle. Let's try this one first. Okay, so we're going to come in, strike, back, strike, then step back left, hand comes up, fingers underneath, lift up on, and whip them forward. Okay, again, starts off just like A. 1, 2. This is where B changes. So we're going to grab this part, just with these fingers here, and this part of the hand, as we step left and underneath, and we lift the hand up to turn and grab the fingers. Then we're going to pull forward and whip back real quickly. I'll show better when we have an opponent. For right now, just get the footwork done. Okay, again, strike the solar plexus, strike the ribs, step left underneath the 12, into your Senkyo locks in the air. You just have a hand that looks like this, the fingers grab, and whip forward. Like I said on the lock, I'll explain better with an opponent, but that's raising the sword A and B. Okay, our next technique is raising the sword. As I explained before when I was by myself, this is for a handshake. So we'll do it from this angle. I think it'd be easier for you to see. Remember, they're shaking your hand, but there's some punch coming. That's why we're going to defend ourselves. So as we shake their hands, we're going to take the web of ours, strike it right into their wrist as we step forward. That'll neutralize that punch. Then we strike the solar plexus or ribs, whatever is available. Then we're going to come back around to our stance, counter grab with the left, step right to 6 or to 12, and then elbow the ribs, step back out as we break the arm. Okay, again. So this would be 12 o'clock. So we're going to step across, elbow, come back to neutral, step to 12, elbow, step right to 9, left to 9, and break the arm. Again, let's try it from this angle so you can see the way it works from here. Here, elbow. Come back around, elbow. Now when you grab the hand, make sure you grab the meaty part here and the thumb on the knuckles somewhere. Step in, break, and out, and break the elbow. One more time on A. Coming in. Remember, we want to, as they're throwing this punch, we want to literally slap that hand, turn that body, and neutralize it as we step in. Now they can't punch us. Strike. Come back to neutral. Step to 12. Strike. Step out. And break. Now the B version, let's do it from this, start from here. Starts off just like A. We're going to come in, elbow, and elbow. Now this is where it's going to change. We've got our hand in a lock right here. We're going to go in what we call a Senkyo lock. We're going to step back, the hand's going to come up, and we twist. Basically your fingers are right around the meaty part of the hand. The thumb is in between any of these knuckles, and just twist the hand, and it's like turning a faucet on. You just twist and lift. Now depending on your size compared to theirs, if you need to, you can grab with the 2 fingers. Get them up on their toes. Then from here, you're going to throw forward and whip. And that'll toss them or break their wrist. Okay, again. Step in like A. Elbow. Come back. Elbow. Okay? Thumb. Any one of these knuckles, fingers over here. Not up on the wrist, on the meaty part of the hand. We're going to step back left, bring it up and over, and then twist and lift. Grab the 2 fingers, get them on their toes, and then the whip is literally just point forward and pull back as quick as you can. It's a whipping action. That'll push them forward, and at the last second, you're going to jerk their hand out from underneath them. Let's do it from this angle, but we're not going to throw just so that you can see. Elbow, elbow, step, rotate. So you're just like this. Lift the fingers up, and then you would just whip them and throw it. Okay, again. Elbow. Elbow, dancer back, lift up. Make sure you grab the 2 fingers, get them on their toes, and then just push them and drive. And that's raising the sword The next technique that's required for purple belt is arm hook. This is for a right punch. If your opponent comes in with their punch, we're going to step to left to 1030 as we do a threading the needle. This hand's going to come straight up and straight down as we thread the arm. And that'll hook on the wrist. Left hand in chamber, we're going to pivot to horse or hard bow as we go into a heel palm strike to break the elbow. Left foot slides into cat, and then back out of cat to the 730 position as we pull them in and back fist the face. Again, 1, 2, pull, and back fist. From this angle, threading the needle. Heel palm with fingers down to break the elbow, slide in and out of cat as we pull them into us and throw it back fist to the face. Hand comes straight up, straight down, and heel palm. Slide in and out of cat, pull them in, and back fist. Again, 1, 2, slide to cat as the left counter grabs, pull them in, and back fist. One more time. 1, 2, slide, counter grab, and pull. Okay, from a different angle. Hand comes straight up, straight down as you go to a heel palm, to break, slide in and out, and back fist. And that's arm hook A. The B variation is the same thing, but we've missed the grab. So we've come in and we've pulled, or we've pulled them in, but we've lost it. The hand has slipped out, so we're going to cross step and do the back fist. Again, hand comes up just like A, and we break. Slide in and out. Now this is where it changes. We're going to cross step towards our opponent and throw a back fist. Again, arm hook B from a different angle. Up, break, pull, we've lost the grip, cross step back in, and back fist. Up, break to hard bow. Slide in and out, the hand slipped out, so we cross step to gain the distance we need to back fist the face. From this angle, here, hands in chamber, ready to strike, break the elbow, pull them in and out, we've lost the grip, so we take our left foot and we cross step to 230 as we back fist the face. Again, 1, 2, pull, and back fist. That's arm hook. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is arm hook. This is for a right punch. We're going to use the threading the needle defense again. So as they throw the punch, we're going to step out of the point of contact, and as we do our threading the needle. And remember, this comes straight up and straight down. From here, we're going to take our left hand, pivot to hard bow as we break the elbow. We're going to slide into cat with our left, then out as we pull them in, and back fist the face. Again, they throw the punch, block, grab and break into hard bow, slide into cat as you pull the arm, and back fist the face. One more time on A. Threading the needle comes up and down. Break to hard bow, grab, slide, pull, and back fist to the temple. The B version is your what if. You've done A, just like this, and you've gone to slide, but you've lost the grip because it's slippery or you just didn't have a proper grip. Doesn't matter, we're going to cross step and strike them anyway. Again on B. Up, down, break. Just like A, all the way up to this point, but we lose the grip. So we take our left foot, cross step like crossing guard, and then back fist to the temple. Again on B. 1, break, slide, lose the grip, and strike. And that's arm hook A and B. Our next technique is called crossing the sun. This is for an overhead club attack. Now this is going to combine an X block, which is a new block, along with crossing talon. So what you have is an overhead club attack. As the club comes at you, you're going to get out of the point of contact with your X block. Now with this X block, you don't want to stay there. You want to immediately block and grab and break. So there shouldn't be a hesitation here. We want to block, step in and break, and then from here, we go right into crossing talon, or the ending of it, that is. So we're going to step left to the 1030 position with our X block. We're going to immediately counter grab, step left to about the 230 position and break the arm, roll them over, and forward leg reap. Again, block, step in and break, roll them over, forward leg reap. Okay, from this angle, X block, step in and break, roll them over, forward leg reap. Okay, from here, X block, immediately grab and break, roll them over, and forward leg reap. One more time from straight on. Now when you do the block and you go to the break, now from here you may have to make an adjustment step depending on how they move. So if you need to adjust accordingly. Line up for a leg reap, which is basically a back kick between the legs, and you're going to catch the thigh muscle of your leg to do the leg reap with. Okay, again, block, break, reap. Okay, the B version on crossing the sun is the same as crossing talon B. We're going to throw them. So we're going to step in and grab X block, break, and throw. Okay, again, so we step left to 1030, step left to 230 as we break, and then your right foot's going to adjust slightly to about the 9 o'clock position as we throw the opponent. Again, X block, and immediately don't just stand here with the block like this. Block and grab. So block and pull that arm away, break and pull. So that's crossing the sun B. Again, X block, break, adjust, and pull. From this angle here, block, break, and pull, and throw them into the wall, car, another opponent, whatever you have. That's why you're using B, is because you don't have the time to do the rest of it because you have another opponent coming or you don't have the room. So again on B, block, break, and throw. The last one is the C version. From here, we're going to X block, and then from here, we're just going to strike the eyes. You're just going to pull them in and strike. Then our left foot's going to step to 230, then we're going to step back right to 230 with an outside whip lock. Okay? So it's just like an outside wrist lock, but you just whip it. This gives them extended, and it either breaks the wrist or makes them jump. Again, on the C version, X block, I strike immediately. Left to 230, right to 230 as we do the lock. Now the lock will go into a lot more detail when we have an opponent so you can see it better. But for now, focus on the footwork and just what your body's doing. So X block, I strike, left to 130 or 230, right, back to that same direction. Okay, from this angle, X block, strike the eye, just pull and strike. Then step, step, and lock. And that's crossing the sun, A, B, and C. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is crossing the sun. As I explained before, this is for an overhead club attack. So as Lee comes in with the overhead club attack, we're going to use our X block. Now, as I explained, we don't want to stay here. This is not something we're going to sit here and block just like this with the stick right on top of us because it'll just hit us. We want to get out of the point of contact as we use the block. This is a transitional block. In other words, we're not going to leave it here like we would maybe an upwards or an outwards. We're going to block, grab, and immediately pull that arm away as we step forward for the break. And then from here we go right into crossing talon, which you should already know, followed by a leg reap for the takedown. So again, let's do it from here. So the overhead club, X block, step in, break. Just like crossing talon, just back kick that leg out and take your opponent down. And then if you want, you can either take the stick away or go into one of your jiu-jitsu endings. One more time on A. 1, 2. Crossing talon you should already know, so I shouldn't need to explain to you. If you need to, go back to the beginning of the video. It's the second technique you can go over. And then do your leg reap for the takedown. Try to hang on to the hand if you can. Now like on crossing talon B, crossing the sun's the same way. They throw their overhead club attack, we come in, we break, and we throw. No difference. The only thing we're going to add is the opening to this to make it different. So crossing the sun again. 1, step in and break and dancer back and throw your opponent. Again on B, 1, step, and throw. The C, that X block very long. It's just a temporary transitional block. So as the overhead club attack comes at you, we're going to get out of the point of contact, do our X block, right on the bottom, left on top. Left is going to counter grab as the right pulls to an inward block position, break the arm, then we go right into crossing talon from there. Again, crossing the sun A. 1, step in and break, pull, elbow, elbow. If you need to review crossing talon, go back to that part of the video and take a look. Okay, again, X block, break, pull them in, elbow, elbow. Now from different angle on A. X block, break, pull, elbow the face, elbow the back. Remember, left is on top. So 1, we're stepping to about the 10:30, 11:30 position. Then we step forward with a small adjustment step. You can break through the arm, pull them, elbow, and elbow the spine. Again, crossing the sun B. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. From a different angle. X block. Step in and break. Pull them in, elbow, elbow the spine. Just like crossing talon. So we come in 1, 2, pull, pull. Now the B version, same as twisting, crossing talon B. We're going to come in with our X block. We're going to break, pull, elbow, elbow. So we've got the dancer step in there now. Okay, our next technique is attack from the temple. A is a one-man attack for a right punch, and B is a two-man attack for right punches. So on the A version, as they come in with the right punch, we're going to come in with a crossbody parry and make a U shape. Just continue the motion and drive the elbow to the solar plexus, hammer fist the groin, back kick, and cross out. Okay, again, 1, 2. That should be one fluid action. We don't want to stop and then do it. Just push it and pull. Drive, hammer fist, back kick, and cross out. From this angle, as the punch comes at us, we're going to get to the inside of the punch. Cross-body parries, we smooth into a U shape, continue the motion into an elbow to the solar plexus, hammer fist the groin, draw to cat, back kick, and cross. Again, from this angle, 1, elbow, hammer fist, back kick, and cross out. Again, we're stepping to about 12 o'clock with the block, staying into that position, and crossing out. From a different angle, 1. See how that just kind of pushes and continues the motion into the elbow drive. Hammer fist, back kick, and cross out. Again, attack from the temple A. Hammer fist, back kick, and cross out. Now the C version is your two-man attack. You got your first opponent coming at you with the right punch, and you have another opponent coming in from behind. So what we want to do is we don't want to stay in this position because we're a target. So we're going to dancer away. So we're going to go same motion, but we're going to elbow here, hammer fist, throw a wheel kick. This will need to be pretty quick when you get used to it. 1, 2, hammer fist, kick. Again, B version. 1, drive, hammer fist and dancer, and throw a wheel kick. From this angle, 1, drive. Now as you do your hammer fist, we're going to take our left foot and step to about the 2:30, 3 o'clock position. Hammer fist the groin and throw the wheel kick. Again, 1, 2, 3, kick. One more time from this angle. Okay, let's look at it from a different angle. The punch is coming. We're going to block, elbow, get out of the way, and hammer fist, and throw our wheel kick with the right leg. And again, 1, drive as we do the hammer fist, left foot steps out of the way, hammer fist to the groin, and throw the wheel kick. Okay, 1, 2, left foot steps to about 3 o'clock, hammer fist to the groin, and throw a wheel kick. That's attack from the temple. Attack from the temple is our next technique. This is for a right punch, the A variation, and the B variation is for a 2-man attack. So on A, they throw the right punch. We're just going to step in with our crossbody parry, but we're going to slide almost like a U. And as we do so, we're going to drive the elbow back into the ribs or solar plexus, hammer fist the groin, draw the cat, back kick, and cross out. Again, 1, drive, hammer fist, kick, and out. Last time on A. Slap the hand and just continue that motion and build up the power for the strike. Hammer fist the groin, adjust as needed, back kick to the body, and do your cross out. The B version is for a 2-man attack. You got 1 from the front and 1 from the back. The guy in the front's throwing a right punch. So we're going to start off like we do on A with the elbow to the ribs. Then we're going to dance out of the way as we do the hammer fist and immediately throw a wheel kick to the second opponent that's coming at you. Again, 1, 2, and kick. Now we want to make sure we get out of the way because we're throwing a punch. So we want to get out of the way of that punch as we do like almost like a rolled over hammer fist and immediately throw a wheel kick. Again, elbow, hammer fist, wheel kick. Last time on B. 1, drive, hammer fist, wheel kick. And that's attack from the temple. Okay, our next technique is bowing to Buddha. This is for some reason you're down on one knee. Maybe you've got thrown down, or maybe you're about to get up, but you're already down on this one knee, so we're not going to go into how you got there. But since you're down, they're trying to throw a knee to your face, or it even could be a kick of some kind. It'll work either way. So what you're going to do is they come in with their kick. We're going to use our universal block, which is a downward block along with an inward block at the exact same time, and it's in tight. Then from here we elbow the groin, elbow the thigh, or the inside of the thigh. Then our left hand comes down and grabs right around the Achilles tendon. As we forearm the top of the knee, we stand up and step. That'll take them down. Then a kick to the groin, a side kick to the face. Again, we're down on one knee. Universal block. Elbow the groin, elbow the thigh. Put your hand on top of the thigh, reach around and grab, lift and step, kick, kick. What's going to happen is you're going to front kick that groin, the head's going to pop up, and then you're going to side kick the face to get them back down. From this angle, on one knee, universal block, elbow the groin, elbow the thigh. This goes right on top of the knee, comes up the ground, boom, just step and they fall. Front kick, side kick. From this angle, 1, 2, strike. Come down and grab, step, stomp, side kick. Now bowing to Buddha B. Same thing, we're down on one knee. Okay? This time we're going to use a universal block, but we're just going to wrap the leg around, step forward, sweep them, drop the knee into the groin, the head will pop up, and we strike the face. Again, bowing to Buddha B, down on one knee. Universal block, but this time we're going to block and just wrap. Continue the motion. Step up, sweep the leg, take them down, drop the knee, head pops up, strike the face. From this angle here, down on one knee, universal block. Wrap the hand up so the leg's right there in your bicep. Step up, feet almost come together, sweep the leg out, drop, and punch. Again, universal block, wrap, step, sweep, drop, and punch. From this angle, there again, we're down on one knee. Universal block. This is just going to come up and wrap. We bring our feet together, slide this one out, drop the knee into the groin, and punch the face. Again, one, wrap, sweep, and punch. And that's bowing to Buddha, A and B. Let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is bowing to Buddha. This is when you're down on one knee. Maybe you've got shoved down and you're about to get up and the guy is going to attack you. Or you're already sitting down and you started a fight and you're trying to get up to defend yourself. In this particular case, he's throwing a right kick. So on A, we're going to use our universal block, which is a downward and an inward. Elbow the groin, elbow the thigh. This will buckle him and open him up. Right hand on top of the knee, push it back. Left hand on the Achilles tendon as you take him down. Stand up, stomp the groin, the head will pop up, side kick the face. Again. Here. Okay. 1, 2, strike, down, pull as you stand, stomp, kick. Okay, from a different angle. Get closer. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This goes right on and knocks that knee out. Left hand comes right back. Just pull right against his foot. He can't resist that as you stand up. Stomp the groin. Side kick the face. One more time on A. Universal block. Elbow. Strike. Put this hand there. Grab. Stomp. And kick. Okay, the B version. Depending on who you're practicing with, you may need to be a little careful with this one because it's a body slam. So as your opponent comes in, we're going to use a universal block, but we're going to take the hand and just wrap. Then for new students, I come up and I grab their shirt. This will kind of help control the descent. Kick the leg out from underneath them. Drop the knee in the groin. As the head pops up, punch him in the face. Okay, again. 1 and wrap. Come in, take him down, knee drop, and heel or vertical punch. Now in the street, this is not going to be a grab. This is going to be a strike to the chest or the throat. Go away from that wall. Okay, last time. 1, wrap. Okay, do it again. This is just going to block and then just circle around. Come up, shove them, kick, drop the knee into the groin, and punch the face. And that's bowing to Buddha. The next technique we're going to look at is for a left jab. And a jab is basically a really quick strike off the lead hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a crane block. The hand's going to come up, hook onto the arm, and slide down to the wrist, which will trap the wrist and pull them forward. As we do this, we're going to get out of the point of contact, left hand in check, pull them into chamber, come out of chamber with an eye strike to the eye. Again, dart. Hook. The hand's going to cup over the arm, slide down to the wrist, which will trap it, pull them into chamber, and immediately come out and strike. Again, 1, 2. From a different angle. Stepping back left to 6 o'clock. Hook the hand into the wrist and strike the eye. Again, 1 and 2. From a different angle. The punch or the jab is coming. We're going to step back, hook it, just like this, and strike back out. Now when working with your opponent, be very careful with this because you can strike in the eye very easily. So it's 1, 2. Again, the hand's going to hook just like a crane block, and then you're going to trap down on the wrist as you pull in and out. Again, 1, 2, and if you need to, shuffle back in. That'll depend on you, depending on the length between you and your opponent. One last time. 1 and 2. Let's take a look at dart with an opponent. Okay, dart is the next technique, and this is for a left jab, which is a really quick motion. So you can either start from a neutral or you can start this from a fighting stance. But we're going to start from a neutral for just a bit here. As your opponent throws their jab, we're going to step back, and what you want to do is just hook, or a crane block almost. You kind of start at the top or near the elbow, and you just hook it where it's going to trap right at the wrist, and you're going to pull them in and circle out with a finger strike right to the eye. Okay, again, 1, pull, and strike. Okay, so your hand's cupped, just like a crane technique, and you're just going to come in and hook. It should trap right on that wrist as you slide down, in which case it's going to pull them forward. You slide in and strike the eye. Again, 1 and strike. Last time for dart. 1 and strike. Now, when doing this with a partner, be very careful because their head can come pretty quickly when you do that strike. So make sure you're very well versed and your partner knows what's going on before it happens, so you don't accidentally poke them in the eye. Last time on the dart, for the jab, go ahead. Hook, pull, circle in and out. So this hand should not stop its motion. It's literally coming into chamber, it goes back out and strikes. And that's dart. Okay, our next technique is covering talon. This is for a two-hand grab or even a two-hand choke. We'll do it from these two angles. I think it'll be easier for you to see. First thing we're going to do is anytime anybody grabs you, is we pin the hands so we know what they are. We're not trying to push into our chest. We just want to know where those hands are. Then on the A version, we're going to step back. On the A version, now we're going to step back, back fist the face, then the hand comes right up here and grabs. We adjust our stance as we web hand, take them to the ground, drop our left knee onto the tricep tendon. Now you got them in a submissive position. You can do what you need to from there. Again on A, pin, claw the eyes as we step back, back fist the face, grab, drop, and back fist. From this angle, claw, back fist. Comes right up here just like we're going to do an inside wrist lock. Step back, drop, and you've got them pinned. Again on A, pin, step back, claw, back fist, the hand grabs right here, step back, web hand the tricep tendon as we take them down, and back fist the face. Okay, from this angle, again, one more time, step back, claw, back fist, hand comes right up and grabs, web hand the tricep tendon, as we step back to 6, pivot and drop on the tricep tendon, and from here you can back fist the face or do what you need to do. The B version is identical to A, except we're going to step forward and claw the face and then elbow. And then the rest of it is identical. Again, pin on B, step forward, claw, elbow, grab, step back to 6, tricep tendon, and back fist, or however you want to follow up. Again, for covering talon B, pin, step forward, claw, elbow, grab, and down. Okay, from this angle, we pin, we claw, we elbow, we grab the hand, and we step back, and we're down. Okay, again on B, pin, claw, elbow, grab, and down. That's covering talon A and B variation. Let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is covering talon A and B. This is for a two-hand choke or a two-hand grab. It'll work either way. So as they come up and grab or choke, first thing we want to do is always we're going to pin the hands. And this is so that we know where they're at, and if they move, we know what's going on. Then from here on A, we're going to step forward right as we claw the face and then elbow the face. Right hand grabs their right. We're going to grab fingers across any part of the knuckles, finger or thumb across any part of the knuckles, meaty part across the hand. Then we're going to step back right as we do a web hand to their tricep tendon and pivot for the takedown. Then the hand should be finger up, elbow up, drop the left knee on their tricep tendon, and then just sit there and rub on it until they slap. Which shouldn't take very long. Again on A. Pin, step in, elbow the face, grab the hand, thumb, any one of those knuckle joints. Fingers here, off the wrist, step back right to 6 as we web hand right above the tricep tendon and pivot. That takes them straight down. And just drop your knee right on their tendon and they'll slap out quickly. On the street, you can sit there and back fist them in the face, rub their hand into the ground, whatever you want. One more time on A. Pin, claw, elbow, grab the hand just like this. Step back right to 6. Tricep, web hand to the tricep tendon, pivot, take down, drop, and strike. We'll do it one time from the back here so you can maybe see the takedown better. Claw, elbow, grab, step back, and take them down. Okay, the B version is the same as A, it's just we're going to step back rather than forward. So we've come in and we've clawed as we step back, and we're going to back fist the face. Grab the hand here, step back right again, and take them down. Again on B. Starts off just like A, except we're going to step back, claw, back fist anywhere on the face. Thumb, any one of those knuckles, fingers on the meaty part. Then we're going to do just like an outside or an inside wrist lock. As we step back, we whip in, fingers are straight up and down, and just drop the knee on the elbow. Now in your dojo or wherever you're practicing, don't just drop the knee, place it there so you don't damage their arm. You'll get the same result. Last time on B. Pin, claw, back fist, grab, web hand right there. As you step back, take them down, and lock them up. One time from a different angle so you can see the takedown better. Claw, back fist, and down, and there you go. There's covering talon A and B. Okay, the 29th technique that's required for the White Tiger Kenpo purple belt is wing break. This is a shoulder grab from the side. There's 4 variations, A, B, C, and D. So, A variation, soft bow, break as we pin the hand. Then from here, our right hand's going to come up and over the elbow as we drive down and wrap around their shoulder, throw them or toss them. They're going to kind of go at a distance here, so you may need to shuffle, followed by a wheel kick to the face. Again, they pin the grab just like here. Pin, break, opens just like lever. Then from here, we drive the elbow over the top, grab the shoulder, dancer back, toss them, and wheel kick. Again on A, break, drive, dancer to about the 430 position, toss, and wheel kick. The B variation is identical to A, except we're going to do a hip throw rather than a toss. So we're going to do like we just did on A, break, drive, but this time there's going to be butt action involved. Instead of just tossing them, you're going to take your butt and bump right up against their hip, so you should be in close and tight. Toss them, they should land right about there, and kick. Again on B. Break, drive and wrap, hip toss, and wheel kick. So the only difference between A and B is A is just a toss, and B is more of a hip action. Again on B. Break, wrap, hip, and toss, and wheel kick to the face. C and D are a little bit different, a different way to deal with the same thing. For whatever reason, maybe the guy's too big, there's too many people, you don't have the room, but you don't have the room to throw them or you can't. So So we're going to break the arm, then we're going to come back and use our web to the tricep tendon and just take them down, drop your knee into their triceps. Again, on the C version. Break, and then just take them down and drop your right knee onto the tricep. So the C version. Break, grab the elbow and just shove it right into their face as you take them down, and then put your right knee on their tricep. The D version, the last one, we're going to break, or we go to break, but the elbow's bent. So we want to put it in a Z, kind of like we did on grasping talon. We push it down, that drops their weight, puts the pressure on, shoves the elbow into the face, and drop your knee onto the tricep tendon. Again, on wing break D, you go to break, but you can't, the elbow's bent. So you move it in, go down, shove the elbow into their face, take them down, and drop. And that's wing break, A through D. Let's look at this one a lot more in detail with an opponent so it'll be easier for you to understand. Okay, our last technique that is required for purple belt is wing break. This is a shoulder grab from the side. So as they come up on grab. On the A version, we're going to come in and break the arm, just like we would on lever. Then we're going to step in and drive the elbow right on top of the elbow joint as we shuffle to this point. And then we just toss them right over your leg, and we'll kick the face. Again, they grab, break, drive here, toss, and wheel kick. A and B are pretty much identical. The only difference between the two is when they grab, we've done our break, but this time we're going to come in and use more of a hip action rather than a toss. So you literally take your butt, push it up against the hip. You can see they start going forward, and take them down and kick. It's just a matter of whether you want to toss them away or throw them and keep them into a specific area so that you can follow up with other things or use them as a block for somebody else. So break for B, drive, shuffle all the way in, bump their hip, toss them, and wheel kick. So A and B are identical, except A is a toss and B will be a bump. Now C and D are a little different. For whatever reason, you can't do the toss. So you're going to come in and break and you realize you can't toss them, maybe because of their size, your surroundings, whatever the situation, you just want to take them down. So we're going to use our web hand that we've learned previously, dance her back, take them to the ground, and put the knee on the tricep tendon. Again, on C. Break. Come back, soft bow, take them down. Remember, fingers up, elbow up, and just place the knee right above the elbow joint and sit there and rub on it. Alright, last time for C. Break, web hand right to the tricep tendon, and then just dance your back and take down. Last variation is a what if. What if the elbow's bent? You go to break and the elbow's bent, so you can't break it. That's fine. We're just going to push down and then roll over and do the same thing. Again, they grab, break, they bend their elbow as we go to break so that we can't do it. So their hand's in pretty much a Z mode. So what you want to do is just lift up on this and push down on that. Then shake the elbow and shove it right into their face. And you got them for the takedown. Okay, last time on the D variation. So we go to break. The elbow's bent, so we can't break it. So we just make it into a Z, push down, shove the hand into the face, and down. And that's wing break, A through D. Okay, the last technique that's required for a purple belt is U-punch. This is for a two-hand choke. So this is, some people call this a lost strike, but it's not really. That's stupid. Let's do this over again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, our next technique and the last technique required for purple belt is U-punch. This is for a two-hand choke from the front. So what we're going to do, we'll do it from this angle. first is as they come up and choke on the A version, we're going to step in and do a U punch, which basically means you step into a horse stance, side horse stance, right hand strikes the groin, left hand strikes the face at the exact same time. Then from here, we're going to come in and attempt to clear the hands or pin them, draw the cat, strike the throat with a spear hand to the throat. Again, so from neutral stance, we step into side horse, right punch to the groin, left punch to the face, draw the cat. The pin goes here, the hands are strikes going up between the arms, strike the throat, and front snap kick the groin at the same time. Again for A. Strike, draw the cat, and spear hand to the throat, front snap kick to the groin. The B version's identical to A. The only difference is we're going to clear the arms. So on the B, the only difference you'll really see is my strike will come up over the arms. So we step in the same way. We strike the groin in the face. We clear the arms, spear hand the throat, front snap kick the groin. Again, step in and strike. Clear the arms, spear hand, and front snap kick to the groin. Okay, from this angle, pin for A. I'm sorry, for A, if you punch A, we're going to step in and strike, pin, and kick. Again on A, you punch. Come in and pin the hands, front snap kick, spear hand to the throat. B version, you punch. Clear the arms this time. Spear hand to the throat, front snap kick to the groin. Again, 1, 2. Okay, one more time on A. You punch, clear, and kick. Okay, the B version. You punch, clear, and kick. Again, so A. Here, pin, and kick. B, clear, and kick. Okay, from this angle, you're going to step in, you punch, pin the hands, and kick. Again for A. Step in with the U punch, making sure you're in a side horse stance. Draw the cat as you pin, front snap kick, and spear hand at the same time. Again on A. 1, 2. The B version, remember, same as A, except we're going to clear the arms. U punch, clear, spear hand, kick. Again. 1, 2. And that's U punch, A and B. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, the last technique for purple belt is U punch. This is for a two-hand choke. This is probably one of the only times you're going to really see this type of a blocking and striking combination without being in a kata. So the two-hand choke, first thing you want to do is we're going to step forward with our right foot. At the same time, we're going to take our left hand and punch the face while we punch the groin. We're going to be almost sideways. So this is 12 o'clock. This will be 9 o'clock, so when we're in this position, we're actually facing the 9 o'clock position. Then from here on A, we're going to come and go to clear the hands, but they don't clear, so it doesn't matter. We strike the groin and a spear hand strike to the throat. Again, they grab, U punch, pin, or try to swipe the hands away, but they don't come loose, so we strike and kick at the same time anyway. Again, strike, clear, but they don't come loose. Front snap kick the groin at the same time, spear hand to the throat. The B version, start off exactly the same, just like this. But this time the hands do come loose, so we go over the top at the same time as we strike. Again, pin, double U punch, this is called a U punch strike, clear, strike at the same time. And that's U punch A and B.